Hey, Dakota, what's up?
Not much. How are you, Dr. John?
Awesome. What's going on in your life?
Well, that's a great question. So my question is, how can I find fulfillment and manage severe trauma triggers without relapsing?
Ruh-roh. So what's going on?
Well, I checked myself into, actually, let me start with this. Thank you. I'm getting emotional. I don't know that I could have made the change in my life if I didn't find your show.
Wow. Well, thank you. What change did you make?
Well, I went to rehab. I stopped drinking. I did a whole lot of work. I took the PCL-5 when I got there.
What was your score?
Thought my problem, 70.
Golly. I'm laughing with you, not at you. Wow.
That's what I said. I went, oh, cool.
Yeah,
So
no, hey, hold on. Decidedly not cool. Super not cool.
Yeah. So I did a lot, like 7 to 10 sessions a week of CBT treatment.
Okay.
And I'm happier than I've ever been. I mean, I had my first drink when I was 9. I didn't know life without it.
Yeah.
And now I'm so happy, but like in my IOP, they are talking about like triggers for drinking, and I don't miss it, except for when I get triggered. And it doesn't seem fair that my drinking triggers are just my PTSD triggers. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's what drinking's for. That's what it's for.
Yeah.
It's the bridge over troubled waters.
Yeah. I'm really struggling in those moments when I do have an episode. It's the only time that my body wants to drink.
Sure. And you realize your body's working perfectly in that moment, right?
Yes, I have watched a lot of your show.
Okay. It's doing just what it wants to do, which is get you out of that moment and get you over the raging river to calm land. And the best way over, since you were 9 years old, it can get you to calm land is just to turn the system off with alcohol.
Exactly right.
So it's working. What are some of your trauma triggers? Are they thoughts that flash into your mind? Are they memories? Are they shadows of people? Are they phone calls? What are they?
A little bit of all of it.
Okay.
Little, like the most innocent thing, for instance, my partner, once I was like, oh, I'm going to need a ride to work in the morning. What was said to me was, well, what was said was, most people say please. It was joking. It would make me feel appreciated if you would say please. But what I heard was, say please or there will be consequences. Say please right now.
Okay. And what has CBT taught you?
Well, my ABC worksheets have taught me a lot.
Okay. But
I do them.
Hold on, but real quick, it is, okay, my body's taken off on me.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Logically, no.
Okay. So how long have you been out of rehab?
I'm going on almost 2 months.
Okay. I want you, listen to me real carefully, okay? Super carefully. I am a goofball on a podcast. I'm a dude on YouTube Reels. You are so incredibly strong. You are doing like wild. You're growing new parts of your brain, Dakota.
Thank you.
I am a podcaster. You're a brain grower. Okay? There's levels to this game, and you are at a different league than me. Okay?
Thank you.
So I don't want you to say your changes are because of me. Your changes.
I did do that, didn't I?
You did, but listen, it's okay. But your changes are because you got sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Exactly.
Because at some point you looked in the mirror and you said, I'm worth more than this.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, can I give you a real callous example? It's going to get me in trouble on the internet, but I don't care.
Of course you can.
All right. I didn't take that. I'm trying to think what my score would be. It would not be close to a 70. Okay.
From what I
And
understand, that was very severe.
well, but I had some pretty gnarly childhood stuff. Okay.
Hmm.
And so in perspective, I'm just going to change lanes here. I had about 35 or 40 pounds to lose. Okay.
Okay.
You had 125 pounds to lose.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose it in 2 months. And so I want you to hear how I can't even put into words how proud of you I am.
Thank you.
And I'm going to be honest with you because I love you. This is frustrating what I'm about to say, but you got a long ways to go. So be patient with Dakota. Like you have 125 pounds to lose. You lost like 40 pounds already. But you had 165 to lose. So you got 125 to go.
Right.
And now you're walking by, you keep going to the gym, you keep doing the work, the weight's still coming off, but you're still frustrated. It's like, God. You know what I mean? So this is that settling into the grind. That is, I'm going to keep changing. I'm going to keep changing. Now it's going to be, I don't even feel like it, but I'm going to keep doing it because I know how good it feels.
Right.
And you've heard me say this a lot. It's one of my favorite sayings. Don't forget to remember. And because you're not going to lose 10 pounds a day. You're going to lose half a pound a day. Half a pound a day. Half a pound a day.
Yeah.
And then what's going to happen is you are going to say to your partner, hey, I need a ride out of nowhere. And they're going to say, I'm not doing anything for you until you say please. And you're going to laugh.
Yeah.
And you're going to go, please. And then you're going to go, oh, no way. That's how that will happen. You just got to keep catching yourself when you have the triggers, and you have to, when your body takes off on you, write it down and ask yourself, is this true?
Yeah.
And when I was first healing, I put my hand on my chest. For some reason, that stabilized me. I put my hand on my chest and I would look at the piece of paper and I'd say, is this true? Now.
Yeah, and that's what the ABC worksheets are so good at.
Yeah.
That's why I really enjoy them.
But and if you still need the worksheets, use the worksheets. Because they work.
There's no shame in that.
No. No.
I don't know. I just feel like I should be further.
Nope. I can't believe how far you've come in 2 months.
Thank you.
It's astounding. Is your partner, are you deeply loved? Like to where you know it?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay. Because outside of that, I wouldn't know how you're doing this.
I have a great support system.
Okay, amazing. And you have the courage to use it. So give me a specific trigger that sets you off, and let's come up with a plan for that one.
Okay. Like somebody asked you your favorite song, you suddenly can't remember one.
That's okay.
So for instance, not exactly a trigger. I find myself now that I'm kind of relearning life, like difficulties in managing my emotions, or like somebody saying something, for instance, that somebody said to me in the past. Even if it's well-intentioned, it really sends me back to that really dark, scary place.
Do you have an example?
I guess we can use the one from the other day. It was a completely innocent comment, but it was a threat to me.
Yeah. Who left you growing up?
My dad wasn't around super often.
Okay. And when mom was around, was she present with you, or was she there in body but not in spirit?
She was with me.
Okay.
She's a great mom.
Okay.
But yeah, my dad, he's a card. He's a troubled guy.
Yeah. That's probably the understatement of the year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
God, he's a troubled guy. Golly, man. All right, so, was that a troubled man or was that evil?
He got there.
Okay. All right. So a cornerstone of getting well is you beginning slowly over time to tell yourself more and more of the truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trouble is a palatable way of saying scary, which is a palatable way of saying dangerous, which is a palatable way of saying I grew up surrounded by evil.
Right.
And you'll get there, and that's okay. And there will become a season, if you haven't got there already, where you will just spend a lot of time angry. And your mom's a great mom, and there will come a time when you're mad at her for not getting you out of that. And grateful that she shielded. It's just this weird both and all the time, right?
Right.
Whew. And so the quick catch for me has been, and the people I've sat with, is, well, you could say, please, whoosh, here it all comes.
Uh-huh.
Like you feel it in your body, and you either feel yourself starting to lash out or you withdraw. You feel yourself like almost getting like sucked down a tunnel. Whoosh, right?
Uh-huh. Exactly. I'm an isolator through and through.
Okay. That's when you have to say, I'm going to, from this point forward, am I going to choose to step forward or backwards?
Mm-hmm.
And that's your choice. And to choose to step forward is something your body doesn't know how to do. And so you got to practice it. Just like shooting free throws.
So you're saying I should keep doing my worksheets.
Yep. Or occasionally practice it without the worksheet. And your partner loves you deeply. Say, I'm practicing this, so I'm going to do this wrong. And so when you see me withdraw, just gently say, come back. And y'all two can come up with some codes together that would say, you just left me. That's our code in our house. You just left. And it's real gentle. Let me know when you're back. And man, then, oh yeah, I'm out. I'm got to come back. And I come back.
Yeah, that's great advice.
I'm not going anywhere. What just happened? And but here's the deal. Every home is going to look different. Every relationship's going to look different. With your boss, it's going to look different. With me and Kelly here, it looks different. With me and my wife, it looks different. Mm-hmm. It's just a negotiated back and forth together. And Kelly has a couple of hand motions that she does off camera you can't even see. And it's just to direct me. And it's great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm practicing. And as long as you keep that word practice, that you're not broken, there's not something wrong with you. I just have never shot free throws. You've never dealt with hard stuff without alcohol. All right, cool. We've gotten off the chemical dependency part, and now we're into the next.
And the next part's scary. Nobody tells you that.
It's terrible.
Well, actually, everyone does. In rehab, everybody tells you that.
Yeah, but that's like saying, yeah, when you jump out of a plane, it's kind of scary. Yeah, it's not like, then you get ready to jump out of the plane and your whole body's like, no, right? It's you can talk about it all day long. It's not until you feel it. That's where I love pre-negotiating things in your trauma recovery with people that you love and that you care about, and let everybody coming up with a plan for when it happens. Because
kind of like a recovery plan. Do it before it hits you.
That's exactly right. Because in my marriage for the first 10 or 15 years, I withdrew, which sent my wife withdrawing, which then set off my abandonment issues.
Right.
And now we're off to the races. And so now that we've discussed it, when I leave, she gently just puts her hand on my leg or my hand or on the table and says, come back. And it's like, whew, oh, we're back. And I'll say the same thing. Hey, you just left. Swing back. And it's not an accusation. It's not a mean thing. It's just I love you. And we already talked about it. And sometimes, occasionally, I'll say, hey, I need to be done with this right now. It's all back here. And I just need to be done. And cool, let's reset and we'll do it tomorrow. We'll have this conversation tomorrow. Or we'll have this interaction tomorrow. And it's all well and good because I know she's not going anywhere. And she knows I'm not going anywhere. And similar with you, that's why trauma recovery has to be done with deep, powerful relationships. Because you have to be anchored in. And Dakota, I'll say it again. 2 months out, you are on the right path. You are way ahead. Way ahead. And I'll sit with you and acknowledge, man, you were hoping in 60 days you'd be done. You are regrowing your brain. You're practicing skills you've never done before. And I cannot describe to you how proud of you I am. Here's my promise to you. I'll be with you every step of the way. Call anytime. Anytime. And I got you. We'll put you on the show and we'll talk about whatever you're going through. And you're going to cycle up. You're going to cycle down. You'll have seasons of anger, seasons of great joy, seasons of peace, seasons of, I miss the old chaos, seasons of, okay, I need to numb out, but I can't use alcohol. What do I do? You'll have all kinds of seasons and I'll be with you. And as a bonus, call me when the Astros win the World Series this year and we will celebrate as fellow Houstonians. Dakota, I'm super proud of you. Thanks for the call.